the Trey Fan Podcast, episode 10. Holy crap, this has been a very long time, and I'm so sorry, guys. I promise to catch you guys up. I'm bringing back two of my favorite guests over here, you know. Had them for a very long time, the boys. My brother Sanj and my brother Vish. You remember they were on episode 5? Was it 5?
I think so.
5 or 6?
Yeah. 5
One of those. We have Sheena Snipes in the back, operating the camera, so shout out to her. Just give a quick shout out there. I know it's been a minute. We have a lot to catch you guys up on and what's been going on, so thank you guys for being patient. I know you guys have been wanting the episode. They've been waiting for it for a long time, so I'm happy to bring this finally to you guys. So, yeah. What you guys been up to? Everyone's been good?
Yeah, I've been alright. How about you?
Good. Everyone's double vax, by the way. Get vaccinated.
Get your vaccine, man.
Gotta plug that in.
Put that up in there.
So, I guess the question everybody wants to know, Rashawn, is, well, before we start, I guess this part of the interview is me and Vish are going to be asking Rashawn various questions on where he's been and his whole thought process since his last podcast. So,
it was a long wait for that episode 10, man.
Then we're going to get to the fun questions later on. So, Rashawn, so why don't you go ahead and tell everybody where you've been?
Damn, like, it's crazy because it's like, where to start, I do want to apologize to everyone, for sticking with us this long and, waiting because, it's been a while. By the way, like, this is what I'm telling right now. I haven't even told, like, Mom, Sheen, like, just things that, like, nobody knew. Like, I was just, like, mentally, I was just drained, bro. Because, remember, I was managing, obviously, the podcast, the clothing line, the streaming and stuff. So I was in a constant repetitive schedule. So I was getting very drained at the constant doing all that myself. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I love being able to edit and stuff and, make moments for everybody and stuff. But it's a lot easier when you have a team. And
sure.
by yourself,
Absolutely,
trying to do all these by yourself, especially on, you see what the hell we're using right now on this little shit laptop. It was just a laptop before, but now obviously the PC's a lot moving up,
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Sometimes you need a break. Sometimes mentally you just need that break.
Yeah, man, and it was like, people hit me up because they were wondering, they're like, yo, is everything good? And obviously, like, yeah, like, things to be grateful for is, like, obviously, your family and stuff, and I took time off from everything, bro. Basically, like, I was not streaming. I wasn't making much material for the clothing line besides, like, the Selena thing was the last thing I did, I think, before this. Before the new stuff just dropped, by the way. New merch just dropped just the other day, to give you a heads up. Be sure to check out Trey Fan Apparel at Teespring, this thing.
Oh, wait, let me
You
put
shut up.
I mean, this shirt
You gotta show the guy.
That's one of the original,
Yeah, this is one of the originals.
One of the original designs.
This is not Trey Fan. Yeah, this is not Trey Fan, but this goes everywhere I go. Yeah, the guy to plug.
But, so I took time off everything, like, I was drained, bro, and, I was also mentally battling, like, a depression type of thing. Like, I didn't realize I had it, but there was things in my past that was still bothering me that I didn't get over, certain people.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to properly manage with it, like, thank God, I'm going to put it out there, like, I had, like, my friends and stuff, like, obviously you guys. Shout out to, Nat, Amin, Maz, Vidge, like, those guys were checking on me, like, every day. We were playing games every day, so shout out to them for keeping me, like, sane, and obviously Emily too, she was always there, and Sheena, obviously, Freeze, those guys that were always, like, they looked out for me, what I'm saying? So I couldn't have done it without them and stuff. So yeah, I'm sorry that I took so long to even get back in this state, but I'm happy I took the time because the last thing I wanted to do was give half-ass effort for the next episode.
Yeah.
That's why I took the time to properly, re-energize myself. See, I'm noticing I'm streaming a lot more again.
Right.
Twitch finally, they just actually sent my first paycheck.
Oh, you got
I got my first paycheck, so
that's
it's
nice,
dope
man.
of an email to wake up to. Thank you. So things are kind of falling to line. Obviously, got a studio in the works. I told these guys that was like our original thing too. Was another reason. But like I'm doing a lot better.
So big things.
Balancing. It's a lot to balance, but I'm trying to make enough time where I can handle it. And if there's days where I don't feel like doing it, don't feel reliant to do it. You know what I'm saying? just go with the flow, and if you feel like doing it today, do it. If not, just take time to just play video games, hang out with your friends,
Yeah.
whatever it is, because at the end of the day, obviously your health is what it comes down
Yeah,
to, especially
definitely.
so.
Absolutely, man. Mental health is always is important, and it's something that shouldn't be taken lightly. Even if you feel it just a little bit, like just trying to get that, just trying to talk to anybody, it's your mom, your sister,
Yeah.
friend, even have to do a psychiatrist. Like it shouldn't be anything shameful.
Yeah.
So, I guess the other question is, why this time? Like, what was it like now you really want to come back rather than maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago? What was specific about now you want to come back?
So it's actually a funny story. So I think right before I hit you guys up to do the episode, I was just on YouTube and stuff, and I was looking through, and like obviously when you have your account, it goes to like your recommended or
Yeah.
previously watched or whatever. And the first thing that came up was one of the first episodes that I did.
Nice.
And I was just clicking on it, and I looked through it, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, I was just like thinking about like that time, like how nervous, how, how excited I was. And I'm like, damn, bro, I miss this feeling. And I'm like, so then I started thinking about like, yo, why did I take so much time to like
Yeah.
not make an episode? Like, am I just doing this because I wanted more viewers or whatever?
Yeah.
So that was a little thing, like not having enough viewers and stuff. I'm like, you know what? Like, I gotta just do the videos and make the content that I want to put out for the
Yeah.
people, and whoever watches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't control viewers as long as you're making the content. That's all that's gonna show. So I felt like now was a time to make a comeback episode, and who else better than you guys to come on this?
Thanks.
Always the return. So,
Always the return, never the stay.
So like it was.
That was kind of a segue into our next question is, I mean, well, why did you choose me and Vish, like specifically? I mean, was there a certain reason? Not that we feel any special, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know, man. It's just like, I think who else better like than you two guys, where I know you guys will give me the time to just really like let it vent out,
Yeah, for sure.
and you guys have like a comfort thing where I can just speak on it. Inside the people, you guys obviously make your jokes and stuff,
Yeah.
and just let it be. And then it was just easier. It was like I didn't have to think about it twice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so then it just made sense for you, and it was the right moment.
It was the right
I
moment, and then
understand that, yeah.
We appreciate
scheduling
that.
is another thing too, man.
Yeah.
It's very hard to always, especially now, to work with everyone's
Yeah.
schedule. So I was happy that we figured out a day. I know we delayed the episode like a week back, but
Yeah.
we just wanted to make it was perfect for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, I'm like, y'all waited a couple months already. Y'all could have waited just one more week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that I was able to finally like let this out to you guys, and even let the people know that like there's a lot that goes into this process with
Yeah.
doing these things, and like it's
A
and
lot of
obviously
setup too.
yeah. So
Definitely.
we saw
What was
Yeah,
it, like 2 hours.
2
trying to
hours just
set
like,
it
We're
up?
setting up, man, and it's
trying to get some light in
if
here.
if you see like behind, it's not a lot.
Yeah,
like,
you don't want to see behind the scenes.
Yeah.
The stuff we had to do to make this way.
But I'm grateful that I have a good circle around me, you guys and stuff, and it's blessings, and I'm looking forward to the future of the Trey Fan podcast. Oh yeah, quickly, by the way, I want to shout out Jessica, who designed this Trey Fan
Oh yeah, that is
podcast
such a nice sign.
cover thing for us. So thank you very much, Jessica. I appreciate you. She's also a fan of the show, so I appreciate that you took time to do this. So
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of Trey Farm, like, what's your future? Like the movement, like not only
yeah.
the podcast, you have your streaming, you have your clothing line. Like, what do you have like plans for the future on what you want to accomplish?
So the plan obviously is to be able to have the podcast to have its own home, and as you guys can tell, we've already looked into
Yeah.
possible place right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time when that's going to happen, because things are opening up, maybe closing back down. So we might have to do a couple episodes over video call. But the future is looking bright for the Trey Fan movement. I mean, to think of what we've already accomplished in just a year. Like, if I have to give you guys a recap, we've interviewed a rapper who's been featured on 2K, for one. We've had Selena's official Instagram page repost our
Oh, nice.
clothing
nice.
thing.
That's
I actually
really
didn't
cool.
know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
Her official page reposted my
That's really
thing.
good.
That's huge, man.
So I ended up getting a lot of a lot of buyers and stuff from consumers
Oh,
down
nice.
on
Nice,
that
man.
side on the States.
That's awesome.
So
That's
that's
great.
you up nice.
Yeah, so it was incredible of a thing that they did. So like, And then now, I'm gonna be running the Ill Movement page, like their Instagram page.
Sweet.
Nikki, shout out to him for hitting me up. So he wants me to run that page. So the collabs possibly with us in the future, possibly going out to LA next year, hopefully, to extend the movement, and the growth of this brand. Because when I started this, it was just to put a spot where I can be creative in different fields. Trey Sean, gaming page, have that personality. Trey Fam apparel, have a clothing brand that you can be artistic with, and then the podcast, artistic in whatever you want to talk about in a comfortable setting.
Yeah.
Right.
So that is probably the best branding you could do for a 24-year-old right now with all those things.
Absolutely, man. I mean,
And,
I think that's the way to make money is be your own boss these days. I mean, nobody really wants to work for nobody. Everybody wants to be their own boss. And
Nobody wants to put the
what
work
better way to do these things like the podcast, the clothing, and stuff like that. And the other thing too, you had mentioned Little Nicky. I think that was my next segue. You touched base about it. If you can elaborate a little bit more and tell the people what you have also planned for that. I know you said you're running soon you're going to be running the Instagram account, which is huge. Is there any other big stuff with that?
With that, we're basically what my official thing when I joined was promoting the music and stuff. Except now I will be promoting the music on the page, sharing it to different networks and stuff on Instagram, talking to different managing teams, trying to get our brand across and promote the movement of what he represents, which is I Love Life, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of things along those lines. Maybe Twitch collabs like what she's done before. He's a Twitch partner and stuff. So possibly doing that and stuff. And yeah, I mean, we talked about me coming down to LA next year actually, to finally meet him and stuff and figure out more ideas we can do. His merch is coming out actually. Oh, and he also has an EP dropping on the 24th of September. So stay tuned for that. 5-track EP. Crosses out now, one of the songs. Shout out to him for that. So yeah, whenever music and stuff comes out, and he also wants to look into his own podcast thing too. Cool. So he obviously hit me up to have an idea on like what to look forward to, what good stuff to look into, and so exciting stuff coming around.
So big news. That's sick, man. And the other thing too, Rashawn, earlier you were talking about. To go back a little bit earlier, talking about your mental state and how it's changed from then to now. Like, how do you feel mentally now compared to back then to now? Like, obviously, it must be a lot better because now you're stepping out and you're doing the podcast again, and you're obviously continuing to stream. So, how's that the mentality for you now compared to before?
Definitely, I think I'm in a cleaner slate with my mindset. Like, obviously, you're gonna have your days. It's normal. I just think I know how to handle it better. I think the only time I've really felt this type of depression was obviously last year. And you guys were there for when that was happening. So that same energy and what I was going through then came back around that time.
Oh, damn.
So that's why I was in such a point where like I was losing weight. My hair, I was actually losing hair and stuff. It was bad. Like, and I didn't know what to do because I'm like, I shouldn't be feeling this way with all these positive things in my life. And I just need to talk to someone. So obviously my mom I talked to, I talked to Emily and stuff, and my friends and stuff, they always looked out, and Nuetha and stuff, shout out to her too. She was a friend that helped out with building a comfort zone to speak to and stuff. So
would you say talking to all these different people is what got you out of this place?
Yeah, because it was. I think you don't know what you're doing until other people tell you the good things you're doing, and
that
having
outside ear.
That outside ear, right? Because you're, like your biggest critic is yourself. Right? Yeah. So that's the thing. I'm always looking at things I could improve on with the show, or with being an ambassador for Ella Nikki and stuff, and things like that. So I was dealing with that, and I was just felt like I was stuck where I couldn't get past the same thing. Like I felt like I was stuck, and I just reached the point where I was like, listen, like you can't be too hard on yourself. Don't get too high on the highs and too hard on the lows.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Just go with it, and whatever's gonna be meant for you will be. And I feel like now, like I still have my moments, but I'm able to handle it more, and I'm not going to stop making content and continue to grow.
I think that's the best thing. I think you just, you said everybody has their days. Everybody has their days, and it depends on how you handle it. And if you can handle it the right way and the best approach, that's the best thing you could do. And I think compared to a few months ago, like I didn't even really notice, and like as close as we are, I didn't really notice.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Rashawn reached out to me. We were talking, and then he told me what he was going through, and I was like damn. Like I knew a little bit of it, but not the severity. And you said what you had to say, and we're glad that you're better now, and not just better. You're doing all these things, not to just also take your mind off of it, but to build your
to build yourself up, and and I couldn't have, don't get me wrong, I couldn't have done it without my circle and my team. We're all part of this together, and like you guys even coming outside to do this, I appreciate
no
taking the
problem.
time to do this. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, episode 10. We didn't title it anything, did we?
No,
I don't think we
No,
did, right?
I think this one is just gonna be called like "Where You Been."
Yeah. What are you doing?
What you doing? Yeah,
Yeah,
what
like-
you doing? Message,
Yeah, like if you guys have any names for a
You
title
up?
before it comes out, like
hit up in the comments.
yeah, send it to Rashawn. Like, what do you want? Like like what the title of the podcast is going to be.
But honestly, man, like life is so precious, especially now, and I'm happy that I'm in a better state. I know how to handle those moments when they come across, and and I know like if I ever have to talk, I have people to talk to. I have
Yeah.
you guys and stuff. And,
Yeah.
you guys are gonna look out for me. I'll the same way I'll look out for you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. And I think that was all the questions I
That
really
you guys had? Yeah.
we kind
By,
of
by the way, like these questions, by the way, guys, this is the first time I'm like actually like hearing it, and I coming
Yeah.
answers straight from the heart. Like I didn't rehearse this or anything. Like this
No,
is
Yeah.
so that's the
completely
best
off
way.
script.
we
it's
kind of
like-
just gave him like a rundown, but it wasn't like word for word. And it was. I think I had kind of the idea like if this is your first interview back, let me and Vishal kind of interview you.
yeah.
Kind of change it up a little bit, and rather than just ask us questions, which I think Sean is going to do us now.
Now we're gonna pick
Now
up.
gets to the fun part.
Now we're gonna pick up with it. So
And
But yeah, you've been away for so long, so obviously
it was
you
kind of
gotta-
the
you
elephant in
gotta
the
gi-
room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta give some update to your viewers.
yeah, because you can't just go straight to like, all right,
No.
so
Yeah, so
we're back.
We're back. I'm here.
You know,
you watch
we just-
any of those YouTubers, any of those guys, when they're gone for certain long, they always
yeah,
say
there's
something
always
why.
something
Yeah.
they're
And
gone
a lot of
for.
them too, they have
It's a similar thing.
a mental break where they
Yeah.
need that. It's a lot, and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to throw you down, but you might not be there yet. But even
No,
though
100%.
you were still going through it, and you still needed that break.
That's the thing.
Whether
Just
you
because
had-
you're at the top,
Yeah.
it's the same
yeah,
issues that
whether
they were
you
running
had
into.
2 viewers or 5 or 10 or 100, like
Yeah.
you still needed that
Yeah.
break, and
Yeah.
it seems like you're back on track, man. So
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Was exactly your point was viewer counts going down and stuff, and then
Yeah.
you're paying attention to little things like that and nitpicking.
it's discouraging.
You can't,
Yeah,
like
you
it's
can't.
you like you control what you can, and that's
No.
what I've finally come to understand. Like, is because this is probably the first time I've been on YouTube and even on a podcast streaming platforms and stuff, and keeping track of the viewers and stuff. So it was a lot to think about because the highs have been so high so early
Yeah.
that everything else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No, you
saying?
nailed it there. Yeah.
That's the
no,
best
you're
way to
But
right.
you know what? Like, because you're doing this, you have to do it because you want to do it, not because
Not
you
because
want
the
to
thing.
do it for views or for other people. It has to be something that you want to do because you're putting your heart and soul into this.
Exactly, that's your
Yeah,
like it's your
it-
brand.
Yeah,
right?
it's your brand. It's you. It has to come from your heart.
Yeah.
It can't come from
Anybody else's.
anyone else's, or from monetary gains or viewer
Any
gains
of
or
that.
popularity. It has to come from you, and this has to be what you love doing. So,
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like, and it's fine to fall out of love towards things,
Yeah, it happens.
but I think like once I did, like I found back that drive again, which obviously shows. It's just like I'm like, damn, like I missed having this mic right here and having that power to express myself and have talk show with the guests and let them explain their point of view, because a lot of people told us that like when they listened to it, they were in shock of the perspectives that they didn't know
Oh, from
Yeah.
our last
from
podcast.
our last episode, right?
He's gonna put the link in there to
Yeah.
our last
Because
one.
it's funny,
No,
like
they-
I think most people, if they saw us in a public setting, like we're three friggin' clowns.
Yeah.
But
For years.
for whatever reason, on this podcast, we're all articulate and smart. But not in reality. If you see us out in public, we're,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're big
you would be
goofs. We're
surprised
big
to-
goofs.
Yeah.
We're just acting.
Don't worry, guys. Vlogs are coming soon, so you'll see the thing.
I think the other
That'd
thing,
be cool.
I think the
Yeah.
other thing too is Rashawn, I think I said this off camera, is because podcasts have become a new thing. You talk about viewership. A lot of people may not be interested in podcasts. That's
Yeah.
the other thing too. To just watch 3, 4, 5, or one person
Talking
just
for so long,
talking
it's
for I enjoy podcasts. I've just gotten back into them.
yeah.
Before COVID, I was listening to them, and then when the lockdown came, for whatever reason, I stopped. But I know a lot of people are not really big fans of podcasts, but there are people who are, huge fans, and hopefully it's something that
kind
because
of
I've heard
continues to grow.
I've heard people listen to the most random people, like just talk about complete nonsense, like
Yeah.
absolute nothing, like love TV, all that stuff, or even just people's friends like us talk about
stupidness, like
stupid crap, like stupid crap.
Is what we're doing right now. Like,
Like what we're gonna do right now, basically. So,
But for some people, like rather than like listening to music when they work, they listen to podcasts.
Podcast is at work, yeah.
Like Sanj is telling me, he's a driver, so all day he spends on the road. He's been listening to
Yeah.
music like every day for like the past 3 months, and he's like, I just turned on podcasts, and my day goes by so much faster.
Yeah.
Because like you're not like music puts you in a certain zone, but when you're listening to podcasts, you can listen to stories and
yeah.
stuff like that.
And you
You're
kind of feel
picturing
like
the
you're
images
involved.
You can
while
picture
you're
the images in your head
and the
while
time
you drive.
just
So
flies.
it's almost like watching a movie, but not.
yeah.
You have to use your
Yeah,
imagination,
so-
and like I literally just started listening to podcasts like 2 days ago. The last 2 weeks I've been listening to Rashawn's, like all of them, including ours.
I noticed the
Try-
viewership went off.
Yeah, like just
There
that
it
one
is.
guy. But
Moving on.
like I was also using it to practice for today because it's been so long. But like it's just you feel like you're engaged in the conversation. I've always been somebody who enjoyed morning talk radio, like when I was younger, and always trying to like be involved and stuff like that. So when podcasts came out, it was something that I even wanted to get involved, but I never did. But I was proud of Rashawn for doing it because he was the only one, I think, in the West Indian community who was really
yeah.
doing it. You know what I mean? Like everybody's a DJ, everybody's a photographer,
That's very
Mechanic.
mechanic or a car, and that's fine, that's
Club
great.
promoter.
But
Club
even the
promoters.
streaming, shout out to Sheena. Like there's not a lot of streamers who are who are doing this. So it's amazing. Not Sheena, that's our
That's
our
videographer.
camera lady. Yeah.
Camera lady.
So I mean,
you
yeah,
check?
podcasts
She-
are a lot of fun. So
Can you check actually? Let me sure. But
yeah.
yeah.
Unsolved mysteries, all that great stuff. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, just
Okay.
to make sure. Sorry, I just want to make sure it's
Yeah,
still
we're just
recording.
making a recording. So yeah, man. So
Yes. Pretty good, man. It's crazy how times have changed.
that's-
So now, the fun part.
Yay.
Now I'm not in the driver's seat anymore. You guys are in. So,
Okay.
Stuff.
Fun.
how have things changed for you guys since our last episode? And that
Stage
was what 6 months ago?
6
Half-
months
half a
ago.
year.
You go first.
Yeah, quite a lot. Like
Yeah.
last time we talked, we had to do this over video call. We weren't allowed to
Last one,
physically be in the same room because of the Canadian government.
Still chalked up. Not gonna lie, but it's alright.
But now it's reasonable. Like
Yeah.
you can almost go anywhere. You just have to wear a mask, but like you
Even
can
then,
pretty
I
much
don't even-
yeah. It's
like,
not the
it's-
end of the world, but you can like pretty much go anywhere.
Just
and do
distance
anything now.
yourself a bit. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, like you're never gonna find yourself in a gigantic crowd anymore, but you can still pretty much do the same things.
Still
you
the
wanted to
same
do.
type of stuff. Like
Yeah, like we went on a boat cruise like a month
a
ago.
month ago. Yep. Caravana weekend. We
Yeah.
at some block.
Yeah.
Shout out to my dad for that party. It was wicked.
Yeah, we went to
Crazy
a couple
time.
parties on Caravana weekend. Like COVID
We
didn't
went to the
exist.
park. We went to the park for Fawaz Royal Star's
Shout out to
birthday.
Fawaz, bro.
And we did. So we went to a cottage. Like we did.
Yeah, so there's things you
Still
can do.
made the most.
Yeah,
You did
there's
a
a
lot.
lot
You
you
guys
can
did a lot,
do.
yeah.
I don't know. Do you want me to get like personal with my life?
Yeah, of course.
Like
This
what's
is
happened
what.
since the last time?
Yeah, this is what the show's
Oh,
about.
boy.
Honestly,
Podcast.
honestly, nothing, man. Like I'm trying to think. Like the biggest thing that's changed since last time we talked is
Your hair.
My hair.
His hair, yeah, yeah,
My
yeah.
hair, yeah. So I don't know if you could tell, but like in the last video, my hair is tied back, so you can tell. But my hair used to be down to my shoulders, and
No, it's like
it's all gone. So yeah.
shots of spins.
Yeah, Spencer for the wicked cut. I had to go to him.
Of course, our guy, bro.
To cut my hair down. It's my guy. But yeah, that's the biggest change. Other than that, setting up my home gym.
Yeah, I remember.
That's,
I seen a lot of people were doing that because they didn't
yeah.
know what the situation was.
Yeah. So I can't remember if when we last. No, I did have something when we last did the podcast, but it wasn't as big as it is now.
Yeah, I think you were just starting. You and
I was
Wipes were
just
starting.
I was just starting
I
out.
think
so
you just got it or
yeah,
something.
I just got like a small rack. I had a couple weights. And now I've got like a full setup, big gym, craziness. So
That's
good.
sick. Where's it in the garage or
no,
like...
it's in my basement.
Oh really? Oh
Yeah,
wow.
it's in my basement.
Yeah,
so
when you go, it's
actually
like
yeah, when you
Yeah.
come down into my basement, it's like you see a table, and then you turn your head to the right. There's a
It's like-
gigantic squat rack, 7-foot Olympic bar, and like all the works. It's all great.
What about you, Sanj? What you guys?
I mean, pretty much the same thing. Things have opened back up. I've just kind of taken a different approach now, especially to my overall health. Like I'm back at the gym, and
Nice.
Vish started me on a program to get myself back into it, and I've definitely noticed a lot since compared to 6 months ago. Just diet wise, my mental health, like we were talking about, like just keeping up with the small things, and I've just noticed just a big difference. And I still have a long way to go, but other than that, like what else is new besides going out because of stage 3? I mean, I don't think there's that much any difference. That's a good question. This is the part of the podcast where you try to figure out what to say, but there's nothing
Like
really.
I said, nothing was planned here.
Yeah,
Legit.
nothing.
So
This is
Open-ended questions are
Yeah.
always.
yeah. So basically, but that's the majority of it. I changed jobs. I know the last time I was working at FedEx, I'm now working at CarQuest as a driver.
yeah.
And I think also too, just getting things in check for your future is it's just gotten better for me compared to a year ago. Not just with the pandemic, just mentally, and I'm just a lot better off.
Yeah.
Especially 6 months ago. So
That was good, bro. It was good.
and
And people don't realize it was a lot. Because it was gonna be it's gonna be what 2 years since the pandemic started.
Almost. Yeah, it's
I think
March.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was
because we
around-
went out and
It was around like March 14th ish. Because I remember the Saturday before
We went to
everything
our
locked
cousin's
down was our cousin's birthday.
birthday. Yeah.
Wow.
And she had a little party at her house, and then like 2 days later, everyone's locked down.
Locked down. We
Crazy.
couldn't go anywhere. Yeah.
Like, isn't that crazy to think, bro?
Yeah.
Holy
It's so
crap.
wild.
I got chills thinking about that,
Yeah,
bro.
just thinking back, I never thought back to that moment from now, but like that's how I vividly remember
The moment, like, when
COVID
it-
started.
yeah.
Yeah,
because-
January, February, we were still partying.
Yeah, because
I think my birthday was the last thing with think about how many people we had there was like
yeah.
when you look at it like COVID like numbers now like it's holy crap, bro. Like it's in a
Was that
little
when you did it at the
basement. It was in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking that was when you had it at the house, but no.
Well, that was at the basement, man. And
Which basement?
His previous
Bayhampton
basement.
area. Remember like when we used to live down there?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was
Drunk?
crazy, man. Huh?
Was I drunk?
Possibly.
Most likely.
I don't remember that. Why am I drawing a blank on that?
You were drunk. Don't you remember the video you recorded of Rashawn where his head's on the pole?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I was pretty lit. My sister drove me to that thing.
Yeah.
And Rashawn was spashed. You were so spashed.
Yeah, I was.
If I have videos, I'm gonna send it, and Rashawn has to put it.
Oh yeah.
Do you think? I think the 22nd at the Airbnb, I was more like drunk.
Oh yeah, that one we were.
Yeah.
That's the one
National.
when
You were definitely
That's the
drunk.
Airbnb. That's when
Yeah.
Kid Frost played.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Yeah, man.
He
Oh,
got
you just
married.
got married. Yeah, congrats,
Yeah,
bro.
congrats, man.
Congrats.
Yeah. That one was lit. That was 22nd.
That was my 22nd.
So that
Yep.
was 2 years ago. It's 2019.
Then what did?
Yeah, because remember my theme was LeBron last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
So fucking
You and your LeBron.
LeBron.
LeBron. You're
Yeah.
like the only guy.
The only one who said that.
So
Yeah.
we came. Yeah, we were there for your 21st.
21st was Century Gardens.
Yes. You had a
22nd Airbnb.
Okay.
23rd was the basement. LeBron
Gotcha.
year.
Got you. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
and then 24th obviously couldn't do much because
Yeah. Well, I
Pandemic
haven't
shit.
celebrated my birthday. Oh, I did the virtual thing.
The
on
virtual,
Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh
I had all
yeah,
the
bro.
DJs. Yeah, like that's
That was-
nuts. That was
That was
like
crazy,
so crazy.
to think about it.
That was
My
sick.
my only event.
Conversation too when I was obviously seeing someone and stuff, and I wasn't able to help, and because you guys just said the same thing to me. They said the same shit to me too. Was just like, yo, you don't understand, like
Yeah.
it's different
It is
because you
different.
still have someone in your life. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it's very
And,
different, man.
I got what they're saying once like things change, because it's one thing to give the advice when you're out
Yeah.
of the situation.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you're in it, it's a different fucking story.
Yeah, it is.
And
Yeah.
it's a lot of people don't really take time to understand that. And don't get me wrong, like everyone that gave you advice always had good intentions, 100%. Like what
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
saying, but just
Things. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just. I don't know. I mean, if Vish wants to elaborate, but like, yeah, it's just.
Not really.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll
This
ask you
topic
guys
makes
this.
me
then.
angry.
Yeah.
I'll ask you guys this then. Sorry, this is the last question on it.
Sure.
No, it's okay, man. You can knock yourself out.
Do you think it's because both genders have so much more options now because of different platforms on social media
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
That
yeah.
their lack of interest can
Change,
disappear like
yeah.
that
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's so many. You can get attention anywhere now.
for anything.
Yeah,
You
for
can get
anything.
attention of a boomerang on Instagram.
Yeah,
Like, oh, that girl's hot.
it's
Ooh.
crazy though because you could find out a whole girl's personality just by their Instagram,
Yeah,
you could,
their
easily.
highlights or a couple posts,
Yeah.
their followers. If like, oh, just have this one. All right, so that's
Yeah. But
not
those
gonna
are-
get a reply from that.
No. That's a waste of time. So.
Or even by like the pictures the person posts, right? You can tell what kind of person
They are. And the thing is, like I say from experience that like, just because they post a certain way, doesn't mean they're actually like that. You know what I'm saying?
It
like
could just be for show.
It could just be for show,
Yeah.
and then there's another side that even worse.
Oh
So-
shoot! I didn't think you were going there. I thought
Yeah.
you said
No,
they
it's
could be
true. No,
posting
It's
for
probably
both.
better. No, it's probably better too. But
That's funny.
I've only seen worse.
Oh,
Yeah,
If,
no,
like
they're-
there's another side, and it doesn't even have
sucks.
to be with someone that you're with. It's just some person that you might have been attracted to. That like that's
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh, this girl seems like a nice girl, and I'm like, oh shit a little too much.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's nothing's changed in 6 months, guys. It's pretty much the same thing as far as that. But
Well, honestly, you guys do seem a lot more in a happier place from that time that we had
yeah,
our last
Yeah,
interview
probably.
and stuff.
I
You
just
know,
don't care anymore.
but that's the way you looked at it always. I think that was
Yeah,
like too.
that's
Like,
always been
you
me.
reached the
Like,
point
I,
too.
I just don't care. Like if like I'm not gonna give up my single life if the girl isn't gonna make my life better. You know what I mean?
And that's what you need.
Yeah, I think for me personally, my freedom is worth more than anything, and I won't give that up for just
Anyone.
anybody.
Yeah. And
That's probably my biggest problem because I'm super picky, super
Yeah.
easily dismissive of people I don't like.
Yeah.
So, but that's who I am. I can't change that.
And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that because at the end of the day, the person that's going to be meant for you and what you bring to the table, they will want to be with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need someone like that for you. You know what I'm saying?
So weird.
It's true though. Like, it's who you are, right?
Yeah. I
And you
guess.
can't change yourself. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Same way you can't change yourself, I can't change myself.
No.
However we want our perfect person, we're never gonna get that, but we'll get close to that, and I think at a certain point you'll realize that. That's,
You talk about happy. I'm gonna end it off like this. There were a lot of times, like I said, basically all of our friends are in relationships and they want to do things, go for dinner, do this and that. There were points where me and Vish would be like, I don't want to go. Like, what-
Yeah,
what-
it's embarrassing if you like a couple's like, let's go for dinner, and you're
Dinner-
the third wheel,
Yeah, like it's
rough.
It's tough, man. Like if it's just
and they're like, don't worry, it's not awkward, and like obviously they don't try to make anything awkward, but you
yeah.
just don't
But
understand.
it's for you guys
the
to feel
situation.
it. Yeah.
Like I don't want to sit at a table with myself and a couple.
yeah.
It's very awkward.
Yeah.
And it-
Like
Yeah,
even
that's super
if
chill.
both of them are my good friends and we can talk in a very neutral
Okay.
manner, like they weren't dating, it's still weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. Now, we do things all the time. Like, we went to a cottage. Me and Vish were literally the only two single, but we didn't let that stop us. We had a you know, we had a ball, you know.
Yeah.
But that's a different environment rather than us, you know, going to sitting down for dinner or something, you know, and I mean, if it's a bunch, if it was a bunch of us for dinner, then yeah. But I
still,
think
we're always we always get paired up.
yeah, because we're
no
the
choice. And we're cousins, so we're stuck for life anyway.
But
like anywhere we go, we're like paired.
And like I think
unavoidable.
we just got to the point now where it's like, okay, we have to accept this. We can't let this bring us down because that's just going to affect not just us but people around us, and we don't want that. We're not negative and sad people. Yes, this thing is happening where we haven't been able to find that, but we're going to have to try our best to just live our life to the best and be happy, because this life is short and you have to enjoy it. And as much as, you know, we want to find somebody, we're just going to have to wait, man.
Gotta wait, bro. Just gotta wait.
Have
And I think that's a good way to end up that topic with happiness.
Check us back in 6 months.
Another 6 month episode.
Diana might be calling.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Like, it's... man, it feels so nice to be back here in this setting and have the mic in front of us. Sheena's still recording. She's in the checkup right now. Good? We're good? That's our
she's going to be on the next podcast. Okay?
We're getting her on the show. It's really the right situation. That's what I keep telling you. But, man, thank you guys again for coming. You know,
anytime.
And we have so much more coming with the show. I think I have only like 2 more topics to talk about.
Yeah. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Okay, so obviously, I gotta talk about this, okay?
Alright.
And for anybody who, I don't know if you're just blind or not, but the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer dropped, okay? And I went crazy, I'm not gonna be honest with you guys. So I wanna know what you guys' reaction of it was, because this took a lot longer of a release because they did not release any information. All you had was speculations, rumors, and they dropped the trailer in what? It was like end of August. It was end of August,
like 2 weeks ago,
And it was pushing it close because the movie's coming out in December. They're still scheduled to drop December 2017, and they released
We're going
the first
December
trailer.
16th.
Yeah, I'm trying to go there.
I ain't trying to go and get spoiled.
No. Especially with how things going on.
Yeah.
So
the memes are up like instantly.
While the movie's going on. Like, no.
So don't waste time.
Don't waste any time. It's crazy.
Internet's crazy. But
So I'll let you guys go first. What were your guys' thoughts on the trailer, and how do you guys feel about what's coming to the MCU with Tom Holland's version?
You wanna go?
Sure. I was pretty hyped. I would say I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan, but I do love the original trilogy, and like when I saw
they implemented it.
When I saw Doc Ock, I was like,
that was
damn,
awesome.
they went there. And then you see the Goblin bomb in the background. I'm like,
you see Sandman
and
there
you see
too.
Sandman there. I was like,
I didn't notice that till after.
I was pretty hyped for that. Like when I saw that, I was like, okay, like this is something I can get into, especially because like I'm not a big fan of the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But if they bring back Tobey Maguire,
the original bad boy.
with that, that'll be one of my favorite movies then.
And I'll be honest, I love how they're doing it with not telling us anything.
Yeah, but that's how it should be.
It should be like that.
You said how like the movie comes out in December and they only just dropped the trailer. Who cares? At this point, I'd rather you not drop anything.
I also like that they didn't give away everything in the trailer because
it wasn't too much.
Movie trailers these days are really
terrible.
bad.
You can watch the whole movie.
And Game's trailer, do you remember? They showed basically everything that's gonna happen.
Or Fast 9's trailer that just came out recently.
God,
that trailer was like 5 or 6 minutes long, and they gave away everything. And I watched the movie recently, and it's like, well, I got everything from the trailer. It's like spark notes from
You
the
said
whole
that
movie.
when it came out too. I remember this guy said it in the group chat.
I wasn't gonna watch. I'm not. I've lost interest with.
After Paul Walker's
sucks.
death,
Yeah,
it was like.
by the way, in my opinion.
It sucked, right? Yeah. I feel bad for John Cena, bro. He's a good actor now.
I'm gonna step it up for Spider-Man. I love Tobey Maguire like everybody else does, but.
Give Andrew my guy credit, bro.
Andrew Garfield. I don't care what anybody says. I liked Andrew Garfield.
He was good, bro. He was good.
He gave that character just a different. I don't know what it is. I enjoyed Emma Stone. I enjoyed the.
Do you think it was their chemistry? That's probably why.
Their chemistry.
I think they had the best chemistry
in real life.
and they did in real life.
Yeah, out of all of them, yeah, for sure.
I think that's what made their.
And I think Sony didn't handle his for whatever, and he said something and they didn't like it, and they fired him and they decided to reboot it.
So the reason behind that, I read up on this a couple of years ago. So they said it was because they had a tour going on to promote the next Amazing Spider-Man movie, and he was homesick, and he told them he wasn't able to come. So because of that, they ended up firing more.
That was it.
Well, that's
Over
that's super.
That's
dope.
pretty garbage.
'Cause
And then that's when
nowadays,
they're like, they want to reboot it again.
and I thought, and
Wow,
like,
that's
I mean, I
But I
like,
guess it also didn't do as well,
Yeah,
As
they,
it-
they
they
went
planned.
over the budget, 360 million.
and then it didn't
And it
perform
didn't
as well.
perform
they
as
were
well.
gonna do a Sinister Six. I remember he was talking about he had meetings with him, and I've seen interviews after and how much it bothered him that he got kicked from it because he is apparently a
He's
I-
Oscar nominated.
Yeah, like, I saw- I've
He's
seen
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge was really
man.
good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I've seen another.
Social
Social
Network was awesome.
Incredible.
You know, the fuck you flip flops.
He's in a new movie right now because he was on Jimmy Fallon the other day and they asked him about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And he's like a horrible liar.
I
like,
think you know what, like he would have got typecast if he kept going as Spider-Man, but now he's able to go in more dramatic.
Yeah,
roles.
yeah.
That's
That's
what
not true.
happens when you go into these Marvel movies. You get typecast, and then
yeah,
no
it's
one
hard
wants-
to land
yeah,
another thing.
it's hard to land another job in a more serious role, and I think it ultimately worked out better for him.
I just don't
It
like
did, right?
people
Especially
like.
with Hacksaw Ridge, that movie's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
He's
I was
amazing in
saying.
it.
I just don't like how they disrespect what his movie was because I liked what Mark Webb did because the director, if you know, the movie he directed before was 500 Days of Summer, which is like a romantic Oscar nominated like movie basically.
Yeah.
So when they put it into the role, when they put him into that thing, he didn't know much about Spider-Man, but he knew about characters, right? So that's why you saw Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield
Yeah.
have such a strong connection and why their characters developed the way they did.
And I
It was
like the
rough.
villain. I like the lizard. I like
Yeah.
Doc.
Oh my god! Don't tell me you like the
The lizard. He was
No, no, no,
I know like that.
the second guy. The second guy. Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx
He was
is
terrible.
Electro?
Yeah,
He
I'm
was
just
trash. He was trash.
Horrible.
But he's in
I
the new one.
love Jamie Foxx. That character
Yeah.
was so
Not
good.
it.
Yeah, he
So
was.
this one appears to be a different.
But he's not blue. Yeah.
Wait, Electro's coming back.
Yeah, but he's gonna be a different one. So it's gonna be one more based on the comics instead of
But
that. on
not-
the character
not-
that he
not-
was.
And everybody's trying to figure out if Andrew's in the new movie, and I feel like at this point, I think he is, but I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where it's very quick. I don't know how long he's gonna be.
I think it's with both of them too. With both Toby and Andrew, it's gonna be
Like
a
a
little
final scene. They come for
scene.
like the final battle.
Yeah, not anything major because they don't want to make that the whole movie.
No.
And then apparently in spoilers, Sam Raimi's multiverse, Doctor Strange's movie.
Yeah, he's directing.
Toby's supposed to come into that.
Ooh.
So what their plan is to give Toby his final movie in Spider-Man 4, and then give Andrew his final Amazing Spider-Man, and get the finale to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
characters that they deserve. That final
Which would be
let off.
dope. Even it'd be sick too if they incorporated. I don't know how they would. The animated the Miles Morales Spider-Man that
So
came out.
there's a
I
rumor.
don't think they can because Sony owns
Sony's
that one
owns.
fully.
Oh,
fully,
do
right?
they? Okay. Never mind that.
They own the
Which
rights to that
sucks.
fully.
Yeah. There was a rumor in the Spider-Verse that in the Venom movie, in the new one,
Oh yeah, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy and
I think that would be pretty sick if they fought. I'm
I-
not really excited for Venom 2 because Venom 1 was boring. But
I don't like
yeah, Venom one was.
But I'll watch
Venom
it.
2 doesn't look
I'll still go and
exciting
watch
either.
it, though.
Yeah, I'll still watch it. Yeah.
But I honestly I'll put like my only worry about this Spider-Man movie. Obviously, you guys know biggest huge Spider-Man fan. I mean, I have a tattoo.
You guys gotta see the costume one
He
day.
used to climb the
Yeah.
walls.
I used to climb the walls and shit like a year ago. Just put that out there. But my only worry with this film, because they've run into that issue
There's
with
too much.
too many
much.
characters,
Yeah.
and
No,
how
you're
that
right.
has turned out.
Yeah.
So
It's hard to put so many characters on screen.
and now it's the most characters they've ever had. So,
So,
how is this gonna happen?
This is the funny thing you just said that. So you remember how we watched Infinity War, or not Infinity War, Endgame, and we first watched it and everybody was hype and everybody loved it. Then when we watched it again, we were like, really? Did you just go back in time? I feel like this might be like that.
like that.
Where
type
we
of thing.
watched it, everybody's super excited for Spider-Man,
I
and
feel
when
like,
they
yeah.
watched it second time,
nostalgia
like,
thing. Yeah.
what the hell did I just
Yeah,
watch?
so when the
I-
nostalgia hits, it's different.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong,
It's good to
Endgame was
rewind it.
great.
It's something to rewind.
Yeah,
it,
it's something
you
like
know?
it's all fan service. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Endgame was great, but
Infinity War was better.
Infinity War, yeah, it's
That's
just
the thing. I can't. If you like, so I had this discussion actually with my boys, and we were ranking our top MCU movies. So I had. I'm gonna actually ask you guys after. So I had.
oh, jeez.
I think it was Winter Soldier number one.
Oh,
Yeah,
same.
you win. That's
Um,
it. That game
no
over.
contest.
Infinity War was second.
Okay.
Third, I had. Crap, what was the third one? Was it Guardians? I think I put Guardians because I thought Guardians was a really good movie. Like
The
for a
first
movie
one.
that no one expected. The very first one.
Yeah.
Homecoming was fourth, and then I put Endgame at the.
I'm
front.
actually surprised you put Homecoming so low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You loved it.
I loved it, but
Yeah.
like I don't know. It just I think I liked all three different perception, like how they did Spider-Man, like the character Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
But I think based on MCU one, I think Vulture was a really good villain. Michael Keaton did it. Incredible as a thing.
Job.
So, all right, I'll ask you guys then. So, what would your
Oh, that's
top five
tough,
MCU?
man.
I'd have
Let's
to
think
say
about it,
Winter
right?
Soldier is number one.
Winter Soldier's not
Easily, right? Like,
I don't know what it
it's
is,
not
but
even a
that movie
contest.
is just sick.
Lowest amount of CGI. Probably why I liked it so much. Great fight scenes though.
Incredible.
Actually, the best fight scenes in all of the MCU.
Second, God, I don't even know what to pick. I'm gonna go with Infinity War. I'm gonna steal yours. I'm gonna piggyback
Yeah,
on
I
yours.
know. You think about it like that moment.
Infinity War was really
Infinity
good.
War was
I'll put it up there too.
yeah, it was up there, man.
You know what? I'm
Thor
not-
Ragnarok's gotta be there.
I know.
That
Yeah, that was
movie.
like an honorable
Hilarious.
mention. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So good too.
good. Fucking hated Dark World. Did you watch it?
No, Dark World sucked.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Dark World sucked.
Dark World was
The
terrible.
first Thor was pretty bad too.
Yeah,
I didn't mind the first
It was
Thor.
pretty-
I think because they realized they needed to put him as a funny character. They
It was,
couldn't.
it was bad.
Yeah.
The what was the villain? It's like a bunch of rings.
Ragnarok probably. Spider-Man, maybe Homecoming,
Homecoming was.
and I
good.
probably will throw it in there. I didn't think I would. I didn't like it, but I liked it when I rewatched with Civil War.
Civil War. Yeah, yeah.
For some reason, I thought I wouldn't enjoy it when I rewatched all the films last year. And I don't know what it was, but I really enjoyed it, so I don't know why.
Do you think Kevin Feige has a good job of balancing all those characters?
Yeah, I think he's a genius. I think he's doing a great job. Take off your hat though, buddy.
Yeah, every time.
No, I might have to put Black Widow in my list.
Oh, it was
I-
good.
I-
I
Black
like
Widow was
Black
sick,
Widow's
yeah.
man.
a lot.
The characters were really
She's
good.
not coming back though. She's got.
No, she's done.
I like that one a lot.
What's his name?
And Iron Man, the original.
The original
first
one?
Yeah.
Which one was the best one out of that? Was the third one? I heard the third one.
I liked Iron Man 1. I didn't like 2 or 3 at all.
I like 3. I don't know why.
2 was terrible. Whiplash.
It's
horrible.
terrible. It was so boring.
But I just liked
Casting.
1. I thought it had great character development for Tony.
Yeah, when you
Stark.
see that, you see Robert Downey, you're like, all right, this is the guy. This is it.
Yeah.
No,
That's one of the reasons why I watched it, because I don't remember those films. Those are the 3 films I don't remember that much. I remember them, but not.
Not as much, yeah. You kind of just watched it because it always led up to the
I
next
wasn't a big the second Guardian. I didn't really like. The first one I enjoyed.
The first one was really good. I
I
liked
don't
the
like the second one.
second one was trash.
This is weird.
I liked Ant-Man.
Oh, I liked both Ant-Mans.
Both
were
Ant-Mans were
very
really
good.
good. Yeah,
The second one was better, in my opinion.
yeah I
I
think
thought
that's
the
the
villain was really cool
Yeah.
too.
How they did a suit and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, even that one's gonna come out too, the new one, right?
Marvel is just. I mean, they're brilliant over there. They're doing a great job, and I think Spider-Man will be good.
The next phase is set for their.
Yeah. The
films.
shows are some of the shows are hit and miss, but
I'm not feeling the shows. I watched.
Did you watch Loki yet?
No.
Loki's
I heard
boring
Loki
as
was
shit.
really.
I fucking hated it.
I heard
That day
it's-
you guys went to Sunblock,
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched the whole thing.
I heard it. Some people say it's good. Some
I
people
liked
say
it.
it's not.
I don't know.
I did like. I was so hyped for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Just because the Winter Soldier is like one of my favorite characters, and the show was terrible.
yeah. It was
I
kind of
thought
like
it was-
just there.
it was
It's
bad.
not Netflix Marvel.
No, if it was Netflix Marvel,
Yeah, it would have been
Netflix
nasty.
Marvel's where it's at.
Bro,
Daredevil,
WandaVision pissed me off.
I didn't watch that either.
Horrible. Don't waste your time.
But what I do want to watch is What If.
What if it's
Yeah,
good? It's so
I heard
I
it's
watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
It's so dope, the concept. So
The concept's
definitely
cool.
watch What If on Disney Plus. By the way, guys.
I saw. Did you guys see the trailer for Hawkeye? I
Yeah,
wasn't interested at all.
I like
was
that
not
Haley Steinfeld's in it. The
I like-
No,
I like
she's,
her.
she's babe.
Yeah, she's babe. She's so cute.
I like her.
But
I
it looks so
wasn't feeling it. It
boring.
looks terrible. It looks so generic.
Yeah, like his character, like a generic
His
villain. I'm
character-
assuming.
His,
Like,
his character's boring too. Like,
Yeah,
he's
I-
not
His
a-
character was always crap.
Yeah.
wasn't he
And you know
Jason
what?
Bourne in one movie or something?
Yes,
Yeah, he was,
right?
For one,
he
yeah,
was.
for one. And you know what else? I was expecting to see White Widow in the trailer because at the end of the movie, spoiler alert,
But
she was going to look.
She
for
probably
it.
will be in it, but they don't show it.
Maybe, or maybe she's a season 2. I don't
Season
know.
2 thing.
No interest in that though.
Black Widow was so good, man.
I
I'm thinking back that
It was
fight.
good.
That fight when she
What about
had
it? With Taskmaster?
yeah,
Dope.
so
Sick
dope.
movie, man.
Dope.
you guys end up watching Justice League, the 4-hour one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that last time?
We talked about it, right?
Yeah, we did.
I think
We did.
We did, yeah, we
We
did.
did. We
We
did.
released the last podcast. It was right after.
Yeah.
Right after
Justice
it just
League.
came out,
Pretty
yeah.
hyped. And
I still enjoyed it.
I would rewatch it, but not for a long time though.
4
Yo,
hours.
shout out to Emily, bro. She's a
She
real one.
watched
She
the
watched
whole
the whole
thing
4
with
hours.
Eh.
Is she into?
And she actually enjoyed it.
Is
for
she
full.
into DC
So
stuff?
she, for lifer, doesn't know shit about comics and stuff.
Okay,
so me and her have been having like.
that's rough to ask
Yeah.
her to watch through 4
so,
hours.
so me and her have been having like movie marathons. So we've been watching back. So we started watching the Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
We watched Far From Home, and then we watched the trailer yesterday.
Yeah,
so
you're
she
like
was.
putting her through the
That's
works.
sick, though.
Yeah. So now we want to go through the whole process. Yeah, she's like, yo, chalk. So
Yeah,
we're going through the whole
shit.
process of watching
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1. Toby's all the way to.
Yes.
We catch her up.
Toby.
Wow, you went all the way back.
So we haven't watched those yet, but we're gonna do that now. So.
I
we're
can't.
watching-
I don't know if I can do movie marathons. I can't do them.
It's
can't do
it's
marathons.
tough.
I can do it all day long. So
Yeah.
that's my thing.
That's your thing, though, yeah.
Movies
Yeah.
and television is my life.
I love movies, but I can't do marathons. I can't do like the whole Harry Potter series.
You know what I want
It
to
is.
do
or
actually?
like the Lord of the Rings. I can't do
Yeah, I
that.
can do that.
I can only watch movies that I like when I feel in the moment to like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've watched Inception like maybe like 7 or 8 times over
I can.
10, 15 years.
Yeah.
However
I
long.
watched
it
Toy
is.
Story the other day. Toy Story 2, but I've seen it here.
But yeah, like
They should've made 4.
I'll like be in the mood for a
No.
movie and then
I think they
I'll,
should have made it 4.
I'll watch the movie and
Yeah.
then that's it. Yeah, 4.
I fucking hated.
I
Toy
thought
Story
4 was good. Realistic, crazy enough.
Like I'm happy that Woody got his ending. Like
I
with,
wasn't
you know,
into it. I wasn't
but
into it.
I feel like it wasn't needed. They ended up so good with the third one.
Yeah.
That it was obviously a
But
money
again, it's
grabber.
money making, man.
Yeah.
You know what was a really good Disney movie that came out recently? Have you guys seen Raya and the Last Dragon?
I've
No.
heard of
It
it.
is.
Is that-
I
is
loved
she
it.
good?
I loved it. It's probably my favorite. She's my favorite Disney princess now. She's awesome.
I've
Yeah,
never
where's
heard
it?
of it.
She
Maybe
heard
I'll
of
watch
It's
it.
good. It's good.
Which
It's
one?
good. Raya and the Last Dragon.
Alright, check
She's
that
like
out.
the newest Disney princess.
Have
It's
you
awesome.
seen Coco?
I love Coco.
Coco's
Coco's
so
so good.
It's really good.
My
You haven't
sister-
seen Coco?
No, my
Coco's
sister
good.
told me to watch it now.
You gotta watch Coco.
That's really good. It's gonna make you cry, but it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's proper.
Coco might make you cry, but it's like.
You know what almost did? It almost did, and I understand was Up. I
Oh,
never
Up?
watched.
Up is
Up's
a
messed
You
tear
know,
up.
jerker.
the guy just
Up
saw.
is-
Yeah, he died. The beginning, that montage, man.
Up is
Oh
a,
man, that
Up
was
is a real
sad.
tearjerker. That movie's.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a random question here. What was the last movie to make you cry?
Damn.
I have a funny. Well, mine's not kind of funny,
It's
but
funny.
it's kind of.
Don't cry during movies, but the closest I ever got was Interstellar. The end
Oh,
scene
yeah,
when he
yeah,
sees
yeah.
his daughter after
Yeah.
like
Dude, that was.
Brilliant.
80 years or whatever.
Brilliant,
how long?
brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant
Oh,
movie.
stop.
I rewatched it for the first time after
That's one
I
of
watched
the
it in theaters with
greatest
you.
movies.
Yeah,
ever.
I mean, I
That's
clapped.
probably my favorite movie of all time.
I think the only movie I ever stood up in the theater and clapped
Was
me, you,
Interstellar,
and
right?
Sunil, yeah, we
Yeah.
went and brilliant. And I had to rewatch it because obviously I didn't understand that much, but like rewatching it now was just
I could watch the docking scene on YouTube at
Yeah.
least like 100
Yeah.
times. Like the thing's so good.
I have the theme.
The
Damn,
theme.
what would be?
I feel like you're
My-
into something stupid.
Mine is kind of surprising, but you
Is there an Indian movie?
No.
Oh,
But good choice though.
okay.
Actually, bro, this was 2014.
Oh shit.
Emma Stone's death.
I knew he was doing something stupid. I knew
Yo,
it.
I mean that was tough. That was tough. We saw it in the
That
theater.
one?
I knew it.
Spoiler alert, by the way. But damn, bro, that I think because
Because you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember
because
that.
it was so
Rashawn?
unexpected. Like
Wait, I was it?
Yeah.
Wait, for which Spider-Man?
that same
the
one.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. Remember?
But
the
you were.
Garfield
We
one.
didn't know you at that time.
I
But
don't remember.
No, 2014. Nah, because I was still in high school.
so this is the movie that thing because I never saw the movie. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Wait, what?
Well, hold on. Just hear me out, though. Hear me out, okay? Do you remember at the end when he's pleading to the judge?
Okay, I kind of gonna lie.
Oh,
It's-
that
it's
scene was-
emotional, it's
Like,
emotional.
I love Robin Williams, and
Yeah.
he's not here anymore. But like, you could tell, like
Yeah.
maybe it's just brilliant acting. Like
Yeah.
when I think when the judge says, you have supervised visitation. I got to me, man. Like
Yeah.
I can't lie. Like that movie, like that part, I started,
Bro, you know what was actually a bad scene too, low key for me, Sheen. Fucking 17 again, bro. You know he's at the court.
Okay, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
with Matthew Perry.
Yeah, when Zac Efron, remember he's in the
He
courtroom.
has like the paper and nothing's written on it but directions, and he's like giving this whole
thing of like
Yeah,
for the girl not to like go through with the divorce. Bro,
Okay.
that was a
Yeah,
pretty,
I mean, there's some.
yo.
I mean, this was a good topic. I'm glad I brought
Yeah,
this
yeah.
up.
Great topic.
There's some scenes. I mean, they're just the Interstellar. That Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't know for whatever reason that when she said you need supervised
Visitation.
and he
right?
said, "Oh God," and the way he said it, man, like you just. God rest Robin Williams.
Where's the soul, man? That's
But you know, some movies are just.
so good, man.
We can go on and out that, but we don't have next. I think next podcast
Just
will
be all movies.
Just
and
be all
TV
movies and TV shows.
Why not?
I think people actually like that, like knowing. Okay, what about actually? Okay, now I'm actually curious.
Okay.
Was there any TV shows that moved you? Like, you know,
Oh boy.
Move me emotionally. Shoot.
to be honest, I think How I Met Your Mother. The
Oh, okay. Mine
okay,
are
spoiler
all really
was
different.
you know mom's the mother's the scene with the mom. I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm talking about at the end of the episode, the final episode.
Can I just spoil it and say it?
Yeah, just say
When
it.
she's like, oh, which mom misses their own daughter's wedding, and then he looks at her.
And then yeah, you know, like
But you see, when I watched it, I didn't book that.
yeah,
So then when I rewatched, I'm like, God damn it.
yeah, there's
I understand what
Decided
they did
to
with
be
that show, though. You know, like the whole. I think me and you've talked about this millions of times.
still hate it though. The ending.
You know,
the
when
worst
you
ending
watch
ever.
that pilot episode of How I Met Your Mother, and he looks at Robin, and the whole thing is like your whole mind is like you want her to
It's still
be,
recording?
you want her to be the mother, but unfortunately, like she's not the mom. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert. So
It's good.
yeah.
It's probably still.
It's still
recording.
right.
It's still
recording.
recording. It should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The shows. I mean, there's. I don't know. For a sitcom, it's. I know it sounds stupid, but Boy Meets World is one of those shows.
oh my god, yeah, I fucking forgot about
like
that
you know,
one.
in the '90s,
That ending.
Boy Meets World and Saved by the Bell were like the two big teen drama shows. And I'll admit to you right now, I've never seen Saved by the Bell.
You
I
gotta
know,
watch
yeah,
that,
I
bro.
know, it's bad.
You should be.
Boy
watching
Meets
that.
World is the one show that I watched, and I mean that show. I mean, there's some moments in that show they're so relatable.
It still holds up, eh? Like if you watch it back now,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the same issues that they're going through then,
Yeah.
or that they're speaking on, is still
It's one.
relevant now.
There's a lot of shows, man. And, Jesus Christ, I feel like me and Vish were talking about this the other day. There's so many shows I could think of that are really touching and really powerful. You threw me off guard on that one. I honestly don't know.
Question.
I don't know.
Was really
The Office, Michael's last day when he left. That was one of them for sure.
I'm trying to think of a scene that.
And their last episode. The Office's last episode, I think, was really good too.
I mean that ending scene in Daredevil in the third season when he beats the shit out of Fisk.
That was good.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's like, "I beat you," and like
That
he
was a
just
really good scene.
and he puts up his mask and he shows his face, and I mean, it's not sad, but it's just very powerful.
powerful,
Like, it was just
moving,
one of
yeah.
That was
those.
a really good scene.
That's one of those. That's a tough man because I
Yeah,
feel
like
like I know so much, but I'm on the spot and I can't think. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't. Damn, that's a good question.
Because there's a lot of shows that actually had
Yeah.
movie. It's just I can't think of any
Yeah.
like really.
For me, it's this one show on Netflix called Unbelievable.
I've
That's
heard of
probably
it.
one of the hardest shows I've watched, but it's so good and so
Yeah.
emotionally
Yeah, that's a
moving.
really good show.
It's a really tough watch though because it's about following this girl who claims she gets raped, and she reports it to the police and they don't believe her.
I remember.
Based on a true
It's
story,
based
too.
on a true story, and they go through her whole life after following, and she even starts like to think that she didn't get raped because everyone around her
Didn't believe
didn't
it.
believe her, and then
It's such a fucked up like.
it
thing,
is
eh?
a really fucked up thing to happen to someone, and it actually did happen to this girl. And the show's a dramatization, but it's done so well. And,
Yeah.
it's
'Cause
it's
it's
probably
probably-
the most emotional show I've watched.
It's probably easy to mess that up
there's
too.
there's some really tough scenes in that show,
Yeah.
and that's probably the
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
that's moved me the most.
Damn, bro.
Compared to what we just said, yours sound like a gold mine.
Yeah, dead
Yeah,
ass,
I've
like-
seen that because I'm trying to think. I know I've seen, but I can't think of it.
You guys are definitely you guys are into sitcoms. I'm not.
Yeah.
Um.
This is why there's a good balance with our friendship.
Most yeah.
With this,
But I can watch serious shows.
Most of
Yeah.
the shows I watch are like dramas, murder mysteries, like very dark kind of stuff.
Dark stuff, yeah.
I don't find entertainment in sitcoms.
Mhm.
he hates The Office,
I
guys.
hate
By
The
the way,
Office. I hate How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
I've never watched any of those two shows these guys are talking about. All the stuff I watch is like super dark and moody. I don't know why.
You watch like crime documentaries?
Yeah, I do.
Yes,
I do
those are
watch
addicting
crime
as shit.
Have
documentaries.
you seen the Cecil Hotel one?
Yes,
No, I haven't seen that one, but I need to watch it.
that was creepy. Yeah, that one's weird.
I can't watch that shit. Fuck that.
No,
I get
can
scared.
watch that all day.
Next.
It's either stuff like that or like super violent.
We'll talk about that off camera before the camera starts moving
Yeah,
and shit.
but yeah, I think like you guys actually those are some good shows you guys named. And
We know
movies.
more, bro, but I can't think of any. And I feel like as soon as you hit off on the camera,
We're gonna realize, yeah. Yo, people don't realize, like, yo, when you're on the camera, it's a little.
yeah, it's a
Like,
little,
once you keep going, you're good and stuff. But I
When,
think
you
when,
gotta
you, when
think-
you hit someone with a topic like this that you're not prepared for,
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, then.
I actually got a good question for you guys.
Sure, go.
Fucking on our first episode,
Fuck, I just
how
thought of one.
yeah, like how nervous were you guys? Like
I just
on
thought
camera.
of one.
You got one?
Damn it. Okay, no, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you.
No, just
Well,
go.
say it. That one I already know that's gonna thing.
The Flash. I know it sounds-
Oh, when,
Oh.
when he got to the end of season one, when
Yeah.
he goes back in
and
time,
he can't save his mom.
and he can't say his mom, he has to
Yeah.
literally watch his
That's-
mom get murdered,
That was a
and he has to talk to his mom, and his mom is so confused, like, how are you like
Doing this,
older,
yeah,
and, like,
and it's
and he's like, oh, I'm okay, and she still ends up getting killed, but yeah, that was tough. That
That's
was-
a brutal scene.
I have one.
Go.
oh, here we go.
So
This
it's
is-
not a TV show though.
okay. That's fine.
Last of Us 2.
Oh,
Fuck.
let's go here.
How did we forget about that?
Yeah.
Let's go here.
Yeah,
All right, guys, real talk. That one,
Amazing
story.
that's-
I don't care what any man
what he
says.
says.
We're
Actually,
the only
you know
ones
what?
think
That game almost made me cry multiple
Yeah.
times.
Multiple times.
times. It was
She
so
knows.
good.
She know what passed
That's
by
so
and be like,
good.
little shit. Crying, of course.
Bro, go into it. Air your
Okay.
grievances.
I feel like if Sheena played that game, she'd be like,
She would be
bawl her
locked.
eyes out.
Yeah, 100%. And this is the one thing we talked about even the last episode where we had
we
that
didn't talk too
game-
much about it. Yeah.
is the like till this day the only franchise like I love that franchise so much. I kid you not, I would get a tattoo. I don't give a fuck. Like that's how much that
Yeah.
franchise
it's good.
means because
throw up the Fireflies tattoo.
the exact it's a dope one. You get, yeah,
Fireflies.
it's
I
Can't
get-
wait for
I-
the show. By the
I would-
way,
I
I
would
feel
get-
like the
Show
show's
comes
gonna
I would
be-
get like Ellie with the giraffe.
yeah.
The first one.
Oh my god,
Ellie
bro!
with
Like
the giraffe.
people don't realize
I'm not
like
allowed to get one, so whatever.
I got two right now. I'm addicted now. I'll be honest, but
I got none.
I think that one till this day I have not revisited back that
I
game.
can't. I
Because I
can't.
can't
I
put
keep
myself
saying
there.
I'm gonna play it, and I just need once I take some vacation time. Definitely
Yeah.
like Christmas break. I'm gonna
Christmas
play it,
break,
I'm
I was
gonna
thinking,
play it.
yeah,
I feel like
bro.
for me
I'll play
personally,
it.
I watched somebody, some streamer was talking about it, and he said he feels like that first time he played was so enjoyable. He doesn't want to break it again. He doesn't want to lose that
Thing.
excitement. I remember playing. God, I can't believe that spoil. Well, whatever. I mean, I'm sure
Pretty sure
when they
thing I'll be
killed Joel, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And my mom's upstairs. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "They just killed Joel." Like,
yeah,
I did not
It's
expect
one of
that,
the-
and like,
yeah.
I don't
Most hated
better.
thing,
I'd rather
like-
that, and I remember just it was such a powerful game. It is very difficult, so that's another reason why I don't want to play it back. But it's just one of those experiences that like compared to Uncharted, obviously Uncharted is a lot lighter, but Last of Us is just so
dark
touching
and gritty
just
and
take-
Yeah.
you just it's one like it for me it's just a one and a done game. But I did replay the first Last of Us, which
For me,
was
I'll definitely play the
The-
game.
I think the
But
first one's still
always
playable, yeah.
multiple play all
Yeah.
the games.
Do you think there's any other game that's done that though? Like that's been able to move you like that? In my opinion, I don't think there's any
No,
other
like,
game
There's
that's
been
done
a
that.
couple that are close, but not quite.
The
Like,
way, yeah,
have you ever played Beyond Two Souls?
I've heard of it. I've never think, but I've heard that the
That one
it's-
hits pretty hard.
Yeah.
There's another one I played called Life is Strange.
Oh, okay,
That one gets extremely emotional.
yeah.
And then there's one more that came.
I
to
think
my
Max
mind.
Payne was like the closest thing for me.
Max
that,
Payne,
that first.
Grand Theft Auto. Not joking.
There's one more that came to my mind.
Oh, Spider-Man, of course. That game
Oh,
too.
yeah, yeah.
That ending.
Spider-Man, yeah. That
You got emotional?
The ending of Spider-Man, the PS4 game.
remember when Doc Ock is basically like dying, or he's kind of like,
Yes.
It-
and
it's
he's calling out
Aunt
to
May,
Peter
bro.
because like,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was
oh
pretty.
yes, Aunt May, and
The
then
Aunt May
he's
scene, yeah.
basically like,
Mm.
this is his father figure, and he has to turn away,
Yeah.
even though he knows his identity. Like it's just,
Oh,
yeah, it's pretty
that's
sad.
true. That's true.
Uncharted 4 when he, when Elena and him are
Oh,
on
when
the
Elena finds out.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
oh Jesus Christ. Or when they're in the forest and he's unconscious, and he's
Oh,
basically
yeah.
apologizing for lying. You know that I
Mhm.
lied and I said I was doing work when I was back in what I loved doing. And
Yeah, that was
I hope Tom Holland doesn't fuck Uncharted off the
Yeah,
movie.
you better not.
But
he's honestly he's a great actor though.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
He
If you
looks,
wa-
he looks
he
good
looks-
in the picture.
if
Yeah.
you watch Cherry, I don't know.
Cherry
if you,
was really good, man.
the movie's a slow burn movie,
I
but his
watched that.
acting is
Spot
brilliant.
on. Yeah, it's
Like when I
incredible.
watch that movie, I don't see Peter Parker. Like I see
Oh,
Tom Holland, the actor. Even
But that's
the,
good actually what he just said there because you
Even-
said the same thing about
Yeah, 'cause you can get
even the
typecast,
lady in
yeah.
the film, and I apologize, I don't know her name. She was really good. Like they were really good, and Tom Holland was, you know,
like Daniel Radcliffe, like it was hard for him to shake the Harry Potter.
yeah.
But there's one movie I've seen of him and he's really good in. It's called Jungle.
Oh, that's a sick movie.
Oh,
man.
Very
yeah,
good
yeah.
movie.
That was really
And
good.
you look at it and like I watched it and I did not.
See Harry Potter.
I didn't see Harry Potter once
Yeah.
in Daniel Radcliffe.
Even
That's how
now,
well
you
he
see me
played it.
too. Like when he's the villain.
Yeah.
Like, he was an asshole.
Oh
and
yeah,
you want
he did a
to
good job.
you want to punch him in the face.
Yeah,
Like you know what I
and
mean?
You
But
don't see Harry Potter at all.
no, and that's what I like to see. And and that's the other thing I was thinking about. There's so many shows and movies that I've seen, actors who've played on TV shows, and you think of them as that character.
Yeah,
Like
they
40
just-
Old Virgin. When I watched that movie, I never seen The Office.
Yeah.
Same thing with Aziz Ansari in 30 Minutes or Less. I'd never
Yeah.
seen him on Parks and Recs.
Great show.
I mean, yeah, there's actually a podcast for
Yeah.
Parks and Recs.
But those are only
Is it
one
actually?
movies. Imagine like Harry Potter. He did 8 movies
Yeah.
in this one role.
And
That's
all,
tough for
and
him
that,
to
and,
get
and,
out of,
and
man.
for the
It's
rest
not
of
hard
his
to
get
life,
out
that's
of
all.
it.
That's all he's gonna
That's-
be. You know.
See, it's right. It's hard to get out of that.
Hats off to him.
It's like
man.
think about it. Even like Tom Holland now. How many movies has he been in? 4 or 5 at least.
2 Spider-Man, Civil War.
Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah.
It's 5 movies.
That's crazy.
But again, that's one of the things he's gonna be known for.
Yeah.
Is Spider-Man.
Because
If not,
do you think it's because like these characters are so
yeah.
beloved and like
Beloved
thing
enough
that
for- yeah, and it's also because there's multiple movies. You just see them in it all the time.
all the time that it
You don't put it
yeah.
in your mind that they could be another role.
like when you think of James Bond now, who do you think of?
Oh, I always think of
Daniel Craig, right? That's
I think of Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Chris Brosnan. Yeah.
Just because like when I was a kid, he was
He was the
he
one.
was,
Yeah.
he was the 007. But yeah, Daniel Craig's probably close second.
What about Batman?
I gotta
Christian
go. I
Bale.
gotta go Christian.
Easy, right?
I go
Christian Bale.
I think even though I grew up in the 90s and I watched the previous
Like
ones,
Keaton
they
and
were,
stuff,
they were
yeah.
so bad that
It was fucking yeah, it was horrible.
they're so bad that my good image of Batman is Christian Bale.
Bale,
Yeah.
Either die. That's like the one tattoo I'd get. One quote I'd get. If you
'Cause
die
that-
a hero, you live long enough to become the villain. Because
Remember when Jay-Z used the lyric in Soul
because
Pulse?
it
So
speaks
sick.
so much volume to his character because he is the White Knight in the film,
Yeah.
and then he becomes the one thing he fights against just because the Joker, his brilliance of
Manipulating, yeah.
showing what the world is, and he changes that whole perspective because of the death. And
His contrast of character was so beautifully done. Christopher Nolan, one hell of a director.
we can go on and on about good movies.
Yeah.
Those movies.
What-
Next podcast.
Next
I think
podcast,
we'll
real thing.
definitely keep it movies and TV. For
we
sure.
just have to catch y'all up on a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
But damn, bro, I think we tackled a lot
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, we did.
Um,
The main thing was you and why you were away and what was going on, and now the people have a better understanding. And
that's the thing. Like, I waited for this moment because I'm like, you can explain this to your friends or
Yeah.
people asking, and they still won't understand until they're properly have to like listen properly.
Yeah.
And I think this is the perfect setting. I'm like, this is what the show was meant for.
Yeah, and rather than explain it to multiple people
Exactly.
and try to get your conversation over text, like
It won't
now
get
they
through
a visual,
a visual and audio thing
they
to.
have it straight from your heart. We were going through
And
what your mindset was.
On behalf of me and Vish, we're honored that you chose us.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
glad
Of course,
you
man,
pressed
of course.
us back.
I remember asking you why, and you said, because of the closeness that we have. And,
Yeah.
You could have picked anybody else. I mean, you could have picked Nat and all those guys. Shout out those
Shout out
guys.
to those guys,
and-
man.
Or Alex and all those guys. Shout out to them too. But you chose us, and you didn't have to, but you did, and you felt
Listening was right,
comfortable
yeah.
enough for us to be here today in your house. So
Yeah, well,
Thank you, man, and we appreciate it.
Thank you
And
for having us.
of course, you know, these guys always looked out for me, you know, when I was just coming out and stuff to these events, and built a strong friendship. And honestly, I think we've gotten closer over the years,
Definitely.
and it shows. You know, we've seen a lot of our friends, you know, disappear on their own life and stuff, and we still
Yeah.
talk. You know, it doesn't have to be every day, but
No.
you know, even then we still make time. And you know, I'm really grateful for the people in my circle, my friend group. Thank you guys once again for being a part of episode 10. Let the people know what you guys got going on for the future. If y'all have anything going on.
we're not promoting.
No, I don't have nothing to
Yeah, we
promote.
don't have anything going on. We're
No.
I gotta
just
give y'all a little lift to, like, you know.
basically. I don't know. Like, we just live life, be safe,
Eat, pray, and love.
Eat, pray, and love.
yeah.
That's about it.
And just do what makes you feel happy, and that's what I'm doing. That's, you know, just trying to live better, eat better, feel better, and just be better. And yeah, man, that's the best you can do, pandemic or not. Like, you gotta live your life. It's serious, but you know, you also have to live. And everybody out there, be safe and have fun and take the vaccine.
Yeah.
No.
Anything else you gotta say, bro?
I got nothing else.
Good.
That's it.
That's it, man.
Thank you guys once again for tuning in and sticking through for this long. For the wait time, thank you guys for still supporting. We already know all of my socials. Trey Fam Apparel if you want the clothing line. Ice Trey Sean, I stream Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so be able to look onto that. Sheena Snipes as well, another streamer. Shout out to her for doing the videography all this time for us. My guy Sanj
Sheena.
Vish, and we out. Thank you guys. Episode 10.
Sure,
all right.
thanks for
Love y'all.
watching.